Hello humans, I'm Yoshiller and welcome back to some more Bomberman 64, The Second Attack. In the previous part, I took on the wonderful water planet known as Aquanet. That is this circular spherical planet all the way over here to the left. You might notice it doesn't say complete on it. That's because I'll have to go back to it and collect one additional thing on that level later. But for the time being, I'm going to take on the sky planet Horizon. Before I dive on into this sky planet, I have to visit the merchant shop, which again, you can visit by pressing the R button on your controller. So there's a couple extra things I can buy. I can buy any of the stuff that was available before, and now I can buy these cat items. These are items that I'd use in multiplayer. I've never really messed with these, but I'll mess with some other stuff later in the walkthrough. I still can't buy the other stuff. This stuff will become available as I complete more levels in this game, so for the time being, I cannot buy it right now. As for hints, the hints are still the same. If I want to see the secret file for Ashtarth, which is the boss of the upcoming level, I can look at that. I can also buy more hearts. In fact, I did buy more hearts off screen, so that stuff is good. Right now, I have 9 hearts, and I can get a maximum of 10 hearts, but I do not have enough money to get the 10th heart. I could go back and replay older levels and get more money, but for now, I think I'm good on 9 hearts. And this item, that little potion thing with the arrow on it, could be useful, but for now, for the time being, let's go to the sky planet. The little potion item allows you to devolve Pommy, as you guys may have learned in the previous part. Pommy evolves. He grew hands, and he grew knuckles, but if I don't like that, I could buy that potion thing and send him back to the way he was. But anyway, here we are. Sky Planet's Horizon. It's definitely a sky planet if we're on a floating platform.
Pommy really hates heights. Pommy's so afraid. What if Pommy slips and drops?
Yeah, don't worry. I'm afraid of heights too. Do not worry.
We'll have to walk carefully and be sure we don't fall.
Yep. So basically, just like how the water made me instantly die in the previous level, falling off of this level will cause me to instantly die too, because who knows where the bottom is.
Mew mew, something's happening to Pommy.
Yep, that's right. Pommy's evolving again. That's why I said that potion item might be useful. So let's see what he's gonna evolve into this time. Did I get him more fruit or more meat? I got him more fruit, which makes him turn into a hammer soldier person. If I got him more meat, he would turn into a dragon type creature. But I'll go over that in greater detail when I actually get into the Pommy evolution guide part of this walkthrough after I complete the main game. Anyway, so what does this do? Well, formerly, Pommy was only able to knock out enemies, but now that he has this hammer, he can actually hurt enemies. So if I had a second player controlling him, I don't right now. Right now he's being controlled by a CPU. He can actually walk up and hurt enemies with his hammer. And he's still invincible, so I don't have to worry about hurting him with my bombs. See? He can hurt him. He doesn't deal a whole lot because he can still evolve, but for the time being, it could be useful for just getting off 1 or 2 extra hits. Anyway, there's all sorts of paths on this level. Or there are all sorts of paths on this level. I'm sorry. Grammar mistake. And the enemies on this level are really, really annoying because, as opposed to previous levels, they don't just hurt me or knock me out. They can actually take my stats away. Yep, so that guy took all my speed away. So now, throughout the rest of this, I'm going to be really, really slow unless I can miraculously find some speed boost items. And then those little snake enemies. Oh, hang on.
Look, there's a round hole here.
Looks like, let's look for something we can put into it. And that's the main mechanic of this level, but I'll go over that in a second. Yeah, these snake enemies are also super annoying. This level is just full of traps. So just be on the lookout. Something that may seem helpful might actually be harmful. These little pig enemies, I don't really know what they are, but I call them pig enemies. I know they probably look nothing like a pig, but they take your speed away if they hit you. The snake enemies actually mess with your controls if they hit you, and they can actually cause you to walk off the cliff and die immediately. And there are other enemies who will, like, decrease your firepower and whatever, but for the time being, I have 2 firepower and 3 bomb power, according to the top of the screen. So that stuff is good. But I am a little slow, so it's going to take a little while. Anyway, so what Pommy was saying in the other room section of this level, basically, the main mechanic of this level is that I have to gather orbs and put them on different parts of the level in order to access different areas. Now, for this part of the screen, for this part of the level, whatever you want me to call it, room, screen, whatever, I have to push these statues around and push them onto these switches. For the time being, these statues can go on any switch. The order does not matter, but on later parts of this level, the order will actually matter, and I'll discuss that when I get to it. And if Pommy is standing in front of one of these statues, you actually can't push it, so you can actually move Pommy over to you if you push the C up button on your controller. Anyway, only these statues can set down the switches. So if you have the remote control ability and you set bombs on these switches, they won't work. You actually have to push these statues. They're the only things heavy enough to keep these switches held down. But if you screw something up, do not worry. You can leave the screen, room, whatever, and re-enter it, and everything will be set back to how it was initially. So let's head on in here because that's where I need to go. Okay, so be careful with this. I said this level is full of traps, so set a bomb and step aside because, oh, nope, never mind. That one's fine, but later parts of this level, those little statues can actually be harmful. And over here, I don't know if you can see this, but in the top right corner of the screen, there is a block here. So go ahead and set a bomb, let it go. And over here, you can get a block. Pommy's blocking the block, but this is one of the blocks I need in order to get 100% in this game. I'll specify what block that is in the description because at this current moment in time, I do not know which one it is. But make sure to get that, and also make sure to be very careful around here because it is very easy to fall off. So be a little careful. Okay, good. Now, you might also want to get this. Might also want to blow this up back here because if you do, you'll get the remote control ability, and trust me, that is the most useful thing you'll get on this entire level. Alongside this orb, because you need this orb in order to complete the level. Unless you find some way to glitch it, which I do not know how to do. But anyway, in getting that orb, we have some Indiana Jones action going on because enemies dropped from the ceiling and the door at the bottom actually closed. So I could let Pommy go and get that, and under normal circumstances, that actually would be a good idea, but because I do want to speed things up a little bit, I will actually just go ahead and manually do things. And do not let the snake hit you. He'll mess with your controls, and Bomberman might accidentally walk off the screen and die, so let's not do that. Anyway. So yeah, I have the remote control ability, and that's extremely useful because I'll need that in order to get some of the other blocks on this level in order to 100% the game. So anyway, I've done the left side of this level already, so how's about we go over to the right side? And there we go, now I'm pretty much maxed out. So I can put the orb here, I don't have to do it now, I can actually keep carrying the orb and go on to another part of the level. You don't have like an inventory in this game, so you don't have to worry about that. But just for the time being, that's where the orb goes. So that's the orb for the right side, even though I went to the left side of the level. And anyway, I'm pretty much maxed out. You know, I have 3 firepower, 3 bomb power. I've regained my speed. These bird enemies are annoying because they'll actually drop my firepower if they hit me with one of their attacks. And their attacks are projectiles, so be careful with that. These guys, that little statue, or what you might think is a statue, is actually an enemy, so take care of that. Destroy him. It's all good. These boxes are actually important because, oh, well, that one gives me food. But one of the other ones gives me the ability to throw bombs, so hang on. Okay, there we go. That's the one I needed. And then what's this one? Okay, firepower. Cool. Okay, so head on in here. Okay, so now we have a little bit of a tricky part of this level. Let me get rid of the snake. Good. Okay, so I need the bomb throwing ability and the remote control ability in order to get that little piece up there. So as you can see, that is the H block. That is the headpiece for this level. So in order to get that, I'll need to get some big bombs. So let me go ahead and set those down a little bit. And of course, a big bomb will whirl more quickly if I run around in circles. So I can set that down, and then I can just set that there. I might not need that one, but I'll throw it just in case. Here we go. Bounce myself over here. Oh, okay, I got it. I didn't even need that last bomb. Well, cool. So that's how you get that if you're going for 100%. So that is the H block. Good stuff. Okay, now as for the next part of the actual level, as you can see, there are 3 guards over there. I can actually just get a giant bomb going, and I can chuck it over there, and hopefully destroy all of them. There we go. Look at all the money. Look at all the money. Okay, and then what's this? Is this just another random power-up? It is. It is a speed power-up. I'll take it just in case. Nope, I'm at max speed. Cool. Okay, and here is the second orb. Now, unlike the previous room that had an orb in it, this one does not have any traps. This one I can just walk on out of. The door's still open, so I am good to go. And then if I want a quick way back, I can head over to the left. You might notice that those platforms started crumbling once I stepped on them. So make sure not to stand on those platforms too long, or you will die. Anyway, so I've got the second blue orb. So what happens when I put the second blue orb onto this table? Well, on another part of the level, I haven't visited this part yet because it is a dead end. But once I put those 2 blue orbs on the level, or on the table, I'm sorry, I can't even speak. Once I put those 2 blue orbs on the table, I can access another part of the level. So now I can go forward. I decided not to waste your guys' time by showing you guys it was a dead end. I figured it was just easier to mention it. But now that that part is accessible, I strongly advise that you stock up on supplies in this room because, as you could probably guess, the boss or the master or the elemental knight of this level is coming up. You can also stock up on supplies in this room. I can get more food for Pommy, but that's not the thing I'm worried about. I have the ability to kick bombs now, which is good. So if you want the ability to kick bombs, blow up that specific box. If you want the ability to blow up if you want the ability to throw bombs, you know, go to the right side of the level, and if you want the remote control ability, go to the left side of the level. I have all the power-ups I need. I'm ready to go. So, Elemental Knight incoming. Okay, this guy's annoying because he's hovering over my bombs. Okay, so do I need to throw a bomb at him? Nope, I got him. Okay, cool. Anyway, Elemental Knight, boss fight, incoming.
It doesn't look like there's anybody here. Maybe we can rest for a while.
Palmy, don't you realize that this is some sort of cutscene? That means we're in danger. Whoa, we meet at last. Ha! BHB Army Astronaut, Ashtarth. So, you are the ones interfering with our plans. The valiant Bomber Knight and his squire.
How come Bomberman is the knight and Palmy's the squire?
Well, because Palmy, formerly you weren't even able to hurt the enemies. But I guess you do look more like a knight than I do with that hammer you're carrying. So you do make a good point. But perhaps you are not even worthy of being called such. No, you are much too uncouth to be a knight. Uncouth? Uncouth? I don't remember. Whatever. You're much too uncouth to be a knight.
Bomberman, don't put up with that. Get him.
And of course, because it's a boss fight, that means Palmy will not be able to help me. And that's why I'm the knight and you're the squire. And also, because it's a boss fight, that means Ashtarth has to do one more thing. Enough games! Give me the elemental stones you have now! You won't hand them over, eh? No matter. Taking them from you will be more fun. Prepare yourself for battle! Yep, so like any boss fight, I no longer have the ability to use remote control. That means I can't manually set off when my bombs are going to go off. I just have to time them accordingly. Come then, brave knight. I am Ashtarth, the Lord of the Winds. Ashtarth! So first time fighting this guy, he can be tough. I mean, he moves quickly. He's the first boss in the game to have an attack that deals 2 hearts of damage, which is that. And he's the first boss in the game to have a one-hit KO attack. However, something you might notice is that he constantly loves going to the corners of the level. So, my strategy to you guys is just to place bombs in the corners. So, when he sends out 3 tornadoes, each of those tornadoes will deal 1 heart of damage. When he only sends out 1 tornado, that tornado will deal 2 hearts of damage. Similarly, when he starts glowing, that means he's ready to use his one-hit KO attack. I won't show what that does in this video, but in a later video, I'm thinking about doing a montage showing all the bosses' one-hit KO attacks, because there are bosses later that have one-hit KO attacks. That's no secret. Anyway, just keep sending bombs in the corners. Once you figure that out, he's not so tough. He does have the ability to kick bombs and throw them away and whatever, but like I said, once you just figure out to set bombs in the corners, he's actually a really easy boss fight. Anyway,
You did it. Way to go, Bomberman.
yeah, see how quick that was? That was actually the quickest boss fight I've done in this game so far. How could I have been defeated? And how could I lose to such a pathetic being? No matter, I have lost in fair combat. Here, my windstone is yours. Come, take it. And so, just like that, it is time for us to get the 3rd elemental stone, at least in the order that I'm doing things. This is the Windstone! Or is it? Because I don't have the same old victory jingle that I normally get when I get an elemental stone. So remember when I said that this level is full of traps? Well, like level, like boss. So was the stone. The stone is also a trap. The elemental stones are the reason the BHB army exists. Did you really think I would give mine up so easily? You may have defeated me, but it is I who will have the last laugh. Mew mew! Come on, Bomberman, it's just a bomb. You work with these on a minutely basis.
Mew mew, don't follow Palmy. Get rid of it. Throw it over there.
Man, that was some sort of bomb if it made an explosion that loud. Anyway, here we go. Here's the real Windstone. You can tell because the music stopped. You have defeated Ashtarth. You have the real Windstone. It creates wind bombs which blow in all directions. You can use the wind to move across open spaces. Use the C buttons to switch bombs.
It looks like there's more to these elemental stones than meets the eye.
So here we go, guys. We have a new bomb. So if you decided to play Planet Horizon first, this is the second bomb you're getting. If you've decided to play it third, like I'm doing now, this is the third bomb you're getting. What does it do? It creates wind explosions. These wind explosions work like regular old bombs. They explode in a cross shape. I can set a maximum of 3 at a time, and just like any other bomb, I can throw a giant version, and it'll explode in a circle. Sorry, I kind of hiccuped there. But what else is special about these bombs? Well, these bombs do not hurt me if they touch me. In fact, they blow me across the screen. But I have to be very careful with that. And I'll go over these bombs again in the next part, because for now, that wraps up this part of Bomberman 64, the second attack, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. See you all next time in the next part when I take on the rest of the Sky Planet Horizon, and I use these wind bombs to my advantage, and hopefully I don't blast myself off the screen with them. Bye-bye, humans! Whoosh! Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed the video, then please consider checking out one of my other videos. On the screen right now, there are various videos and annotations. If you click on one, you'll be redirected to one of my other videos. I post new content every single day, so there's bound to be something that'll catch your interest. And hey, if you want to continue supporting me, then please subscribe to my channel so that you can stay up to date with all of my latest videos and announcements. It's free, and it really helps me out. Also, I have a Twitter account. I usually post announcements there, so if you want to know what my upcoming plans are, then I strongly advise that you check that out as well. Anyway, thank you for watching the video, and I hope to see you around in the future. Bye-bye, humans! Whoosh!